All right, y'all, let's talk about this one real quick. Natalia Silva 30-27's Alexa Grasso, y'all. All right, y'all, this fight pretty much went the way I felt it was going to go. The only thing I was wrong about was Alexa Grasso actually winning around here. I thought she was actually going to make it competitive for at least one round, maybe on the inside, get some good work in, some good combinations, maybe rattle Natalia Silva a little bit in one round. But, man, Natalia Silva, she's just so quick, so awkward, strong, powerful. Just so many different elements of her in this fight that was showing. She really came to make a statement. And Natalia Silva, she got it in. She made the statement. I know some people were not satisfied with this performance. Some people say she was running, but I mean, look at Alexa Grasso's face. That don't look like somebody that was running in there. I mean, she was tearing Alexa Grasso up with head kicks, shots right down the middle, the front kicks to the face, a few jabs, the check left hooks, the right hooks coming from the southpaw stance. She was just hitting it from different angles and moving, and that's her style. She's a taekwondo artist, and she likes to use lateral movement, but at the same time, she's going to touch you up. Those are some hard head kicks that Alexa Grasso was taking in there. So overall, man, it was like a crowd-pleasing performance to me. I mean, right from the jump, Natalia Silva, she was lighting that lead leg up of Alexa Grasso. Now, the one thing I do like about Grasso in this fight was her jab. And that's what I said. The key to victory is, start using that jab and build off of it. But she couldn't build off of it. She was doubling the jab, tripling the jab a few times, and landing whenever Natalia Silva would step in, and it would kind of disrupt the rhythm. But then Natalia Silva, just using her IQ, she would move, reset, and then she would throw those high kicks from different angles, go to the body a little bit, then throw a couple of right hands upstairs, and just continue to move around. Even when Alexa Grasso wanted to make it dirty, Natalia Silva still had the strength to kind of neutralize Grasso. So that was another thing that surprised me about. Well, not really surprised me about Natalia Silva, but it just kind of shocked me that Alexa Grasso didn't really have that strength like she did against Macy Barber, even like against Valentina Shevchenko. Another thing I do like about Natalia Silva in this fight was how she was kind of masking the head kick. That's something that Manon needed to do in her fight with Valentina, as far as throwing out a right hand or a left hook and then throwing from that same angle. I like how Natalia Silva threw a left hook and then threw a left head kick, or at one point she threw a right head kick and a right hand, so it was coming from both sides instead of like opposite sides there. So usually if somebody expects the left hook, they won't expect the left head kick to come right after. And that's what kind of rattled Alexa Grasso a couple times. But shout out to Alexa Grasso, man. That's one reason I couldn't pick head kick knockout here, because Grasso's tough. Grasso is tough. Maybe had this been like a 5-round fight, maybe because Alexa Grasso, she took some heavy kicks, like hard kicks to the face and some hard shins to the head as well. Grasso, she's tough, though. I got to give her that credit. But as far as her scoring a knockout as well, Grasso never really had a puncher's chance to me, because Grasso hasn't really knocked that many girls out. I mean, outside of just rattling Valentina, even rolling Valentina in their second fight, she hasn't really scored any like big knockouts with her boxing. Now, she can disrupt your rhythm with her boxing. She's got good, accurate, effective punches, but she's not a knockout artist, so I didn't really think she was ever in trouble like that. Even whenever she tried to like bull rush her way in and make Natalia Silva trade with her in the second round, at the end of the second round, she actually got the worst of it. Natalia Silva just kind of pulled her head back and started landing some hard left hooks and right hands. And then you see like Natalia Silva just walk away, unscathed, while Alexa Grasso has a few more knots on her head, So it was just like a bit of a, striking clinic here from Natalia Silva, just showing her how to do it, moving side to side and, hitting her with leg kicks, body kicks, and so on. So, yeah, 30-27 for Natalia Silva. I thought she did a good job, making a big statement of how dangerous she can be. And moving forward now, I think she definitely earned a title shot. But, with the UFC and Zhang Weili and Valentina all targeting this super fight, I really wouldn't be mad at a super fight right now, because, Natalia Silva is young. And, even though she is she's on her 7-0 run like Manon was, I think with her being a little bit younger, she could kind of wait and maybe fight somebody else until then, just so we can see the super fight, which I'll talk about in another video now, because, yeah, the WMMA world does need a super fight right now, and I think this one might be it, the Bullet versus the Magnum, but another video. But until then, Natalia Silva, she's definitely on lock in my opinion, as far as title contender if they do it. But if they want to do that fight with Weili, I'm not mad at that. You know, give Natalia Silva her shot straight up now if that's what they want to do. But if the super fight really starts to come to fruition, hey, Natalia Silva, you know, like I said, she's young and she still has other fighters out there, right? As for Alexa Grasso, man, you know, sometimes she's just up and down. You know, she's just been up and down. I like her improvements here at flyweight, but right now there's got to be a lot of work done. You know, first she loses to a Valentina who wrestles. Now she loses to a fast striker. I mean, what's next? You know, so there's got to be a game. You know, there's got not necessarily a game plan, but there has to be some strategies changed here. You know, there's got to be some different styles that she needs to kind of work on, you know, as far as like evolving as a fighter, you know, not be so boxing heavy anymore. But, you know, she kind of maybe needs to change up her stance a little bit in her entry, because now that she lost to two totally contrasting styles, it makes you ask, ooh, what's next for Grasso? Like, is she regressing now? Or, you know, is she just going to be built for certain types of fighters, like the ones that come forward? Is things starting to come together now? Like, where we're starting to see that? I don't know. But, yeah, shout out to Natalia Silva, though, man. But let me know in the comment section what y'all think. We'll talk more later in the live. Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. Peace.